Okay, okay, okay. Okay, testing the sound. Testing the sound. Sound is with us. Kitty, do you want a kiss? You want a kiss? Kitty, can you just sit on your ass for once? Today we can do more leisure. Like on Friday we're kind of pressed for time. Finish. Well. I don't know why it always glitches here recently. Oh yeah, I didn't read this. Deliverer, your memories, how wondrous they are. Bellabog reminds me of my homeland, Hyperborea, with its familiar climate. The Sinjo Alliance, a state built on vessels, carries a fearless spirit of conquest. Kitty, sit down. Penacony, that land intoxicated by dreams, somehow it feels like a place I've known. Once the law that binds Amphoria is broken, children of humanity will rise and journey across the stars, their names forever etched in legend. Sit or go, Kitty. The leadership of Dux Fatorum unites people better than any past rider of harmony. Yeah, so 3B is harmony. Dux Celeripes will surely shake the cosmos with her wild ideas. I would love to see her clash with the masked fools. So, Cypher is elation, yeah? And Dux Gladiorum walking the road toward nihility. I believe she will one day stir the stillness into storm. We swear never to let such brilliance fade into dust. Deliverer, I leave to you the task of shaping Amphori's future. If I ever return, Amphoris can journey to the cosmos. Then, every named and nameless planet, have your pick. I'll carve your name into them. You will be so generous. Why? I don't want a planet. I don't want the planet. Take it. Keep it. Keep it. Please. Okay. I have to teleport. To Amphoris vortex of Genesis.
Peaceful days are like breezes carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Pour me a cup, will you? The sea. The sea is right here. Another cup.
A kidding an alcoholic. Yes, I wanted to check as I returned, because we didn't have time last time. Hey, this is Cyrene here. Missed me yet? It's been a while. Now what story should I tell you today? Got it. Let me tell you about my treasured memories of the plane chase journey. Oh, downloading. Go view. Oh. If a successful flame chase, sender Cyrene, recipient. Okay. This page of the story comes from the 4,048,128th eternal recurrence. An almost perfect flame chase journey. Imagine if the war to conquer the oceans had not failed, if the Empress of Flame Chase had not fallen, but instead achieved her grand ambition. Empress? General. Cheers and chatter ebbed and flowed through the tavern. The girl playing chess yawned and tossed the queen piece onto the board. As agreed, 100,000 balance coins. Pay up. No way, a little girl like you must be cheating. The candlelight flickers, casting the shadow of a towering opponent. In the corner, the musician stops playing the violin, revealing a subtle smile. You seem unfamiliar with proper etiquette, sir. Fortunately, I know a thing or two about swordplay. The sore loser roared in rage, snatched up a stool and launched forward. In the ensuing chaos, bystanders who got caught in the crossfire joined the brawl with gleeful laughter. The musician weaved through the crowd like a predatory fish. Of course, no one was seriously hurt, as she didn't see any reason to use her real strength here. Only when the tavern floor was littered with bodies did the chess-playing girl finally emerge from behind the sofa, skipping merrily toward the counter. Do you understand now? This here is the Princess of Sea Sirens, nemesis of the Black Tide, the bone-eating mega shark. First musician of Amphorius, and I'm her loyal chess master. Now prepare your rooms and meals. The girl glanced from the corner of her eye at the news clipping poster on the counter. It had already yellowed with age. After all, it was from years ago. The headline was brief and to the point. The flame chase journey comes to a perfect close. Yes, we won that war called flame chase. The nobles pacified the roaring tide of ocean, healed the scars of earth, followed by strife, death, sky. People united as never before. And the Council of Elders proclaimed that the perfect Era Chrysia had returned once more. However, the Era Nova never came, and the Imperator, along with her loyal Gladius, vanished without a trace. No one knows where they are now. Now that we have won all this travel money, where to next? I suggest Papas. I hear they're starting up the Golden Apple Beauty Pageant again. Epos isn't bad either, with those majestic mountains. We should make it a point to conquer them every now and then. The blue-haired girl brought over a basin of water, washed her hands, then sat down on a chair and broke a loaf of bread in half. I want to take a break for a while. The sea siren princess stroked the strings through her glove. I am planning to write a book. I already collected quite a few musical phrases. Looks like my days as a wandering chess master end here. I look forward to your melodies, since you're a genuine princess as well as a fake bard. Fire crackles and dances in the earth. The hostages' clones remain unscathed. The Golden Trout's weaving workshop is a sight to behold. And the four dukes carry their duties with honor and revered by all. Yet you and I have kept our identities hidden, as if forgotten by the world. Which law did you modify back then to achieve such prosperity? Fire crackles and dances in the earth. The silence was only broken when another piece of bread was finished. Like I said, all I want is fairness. The girl leaped down from her chair. They sacrificed for the flame chase, and now they each get their happiness. That's fairness. You once pledged loyalty to me, and now I serve as your follower. Isn't that fair too? Yeah, that's fair, the princess mumbled, slumped over the bed, her hair falling down. Well then, my beloved highness, if you have no other commands, I actually have a question of my own. What question? This chair is too tall, I need a footstool. Wait, so they won the Crisis War, then Imperator renounced her title and disappeared with high ceilings on some world journey date kind of thing? And the law that she changed was to make everyone happy. Okay. Breeze of Fleetfoot seizes gold. This page of the story comes from the 6,269,299th Eternal Recurrence. An unexpected inheritance of divine authority. Imagine if it were Zegres who received the divine authority of law, and the swift-footed Felin Chus ascended to the pinnacle of power. Wait, what? Zegers being law? The low Titan Talanton happened to fall on the Spirit Day, and the Trickster Titan seized this opportunity to usurp divine authority. They proclaimed their laws to the world: gambling. A ruler wants to expand their territory, put power and land to the bet. A mortal seeking divine authority, go roll the dice with the god. And so the mountains, rivers, cities, and people of empires all became mere stakes in the game. Overnight, countless aristocrats fell from grace, while nameless figures began to rise to prominence. Among them, the followers of Zagreus became the agents of the god, acting with absolute impartiality and neutrality. The followers established gambling houses across different city-states, faithfully executing the law with the authority of the Titan. Among all followers of Zagreus, at the pinnacle stands the demigod known as Wind of Dolos, Cyphera. Legend has it that Cyphera once gambled against Kefali and won everything they bore. After that, Okema became the world's largest gambling den. Okay. Countless gamblers climbed down cloud with hope in their hearts, trying their luck at winning precious metals, jade, and territories, only to leave disappointed. Cyphera always has the last laugh. People took these words as gospel. On that day, a little blonde girl in tattered clothes knocked on the door of the Downcloud Casino. "Hey Cyphera, wanna make a bet?" Despite her misfortune, the girl carried herself with extraordinary grace. "I am Aglaya, the last noble heir of Okema. I have come to reclaim everything that is rightfully mine from your hands." A breeze swept by, and Aglaya knew the curious cat had perked up its ears. She pointed to the bath beside her. "The water here flows constantly. Let's make a bet about this outlet on whether a golden laurel leaf will float by within 30 seconds. I bet there will be." A gentle breeze lifted the hem of Aglaya's tattered dress as a giggle was heard. "Then I bet it won't happen." Neither had placed their wager, and Cyphera hadn't even shown up. Yet the gamble had already begun. The onlookers at the grand baths held their breath in anticipation, while Aglaya slowly lowered herself to sit by the water, as if knowing exactly what was to come. 25 seconds, 24 seconds. A golden laurel leaf appeared in the bath above the water outlet, spinning with the flow as if still hesitating. 15 seconds. The golden laurel leaf suddenly drifted downstream, with the current quickly approaching the water outlet. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. A sudden gust of wind stirred up ripples, and the laurel leaf that was about to fall into the drain vanished into thin air before everyone's eyes. At the same time, Cyphera appeared in front of Aglaya with a playful smirk. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Aglaya plucked off the golden laurel leaf on her head, and the only valuable thing she carried, letting the water from the outlet wash it away. Hit 0 seconds. "I win," Aglaya said with a straight face. "What's the point of winning a gamble with no stakes?" Cyphera didn't even bother pointing out the girl's cheating. "At least you showed up." Tell me, little girl, with nothing to your name, what could you possibly bet against me? I'm not empty-handed. I can bet myself, and what I want in that same vein as you. Fair deal, wouldn't you say?" Ha, interesting. I have no reason to refuse, but before we start a proper gamble, you'll need to dress up properly. Came here barefoot? Here, take these boots. Consider them a welcome gift. Then Cyphera scooped up the small girl, like picking up a kitten, and walked deeper into the box. Wait, so their roles were reversed in this one. Castro Krebdo's Age of Firearms? No way. No way. This page of the story comes from the 8128th Eternal Recurrence, a wondrous exchange of lives. Imagine if the blonde crown prince of Kremnos had become a sage of the grove, while the frail heretical scholar had taken part in the Kremnos festival. No! Mother, I have arrived at the Grove of Epiphany. All is well, please do not worry. The blonde youth wrote a letter home after meticulously arranging his new living quarters. My fellow companions at the Grove have been very kind to me. However, there is one thing that puzzles me. People often say there are no words in Castrum Kremnos dictionary. What's that all about? Also, there is a school in the Grove called Hectolithism that focuses on physical training, seeking to discover the self through muscle conditioning. I'm quite drawn to it. So this is what Apollonius is about. My child, do you remember how my name comes from Gorgo, the first founder of our city? Legend has it that someone erected a monument in their name while they were still alive. When Gorgo discovered it, they personally erased all the text from the stone. The Kremnoans revere ancient customs, and since then only blank stones could tell of great deeds. There's another theory. No descendant believed their achievements could surpass that founder, so none dared inscribe their own deeds. Over generations, this somehow evolved into Kremnoans being perceived as martial powerhouses who look down on the written word. That's also why I sent you to study at the Grove. I hope you will return to bring the winds of cultural revolution to Kremnos. As for which school to choose, Mother supports your decision. His mother wrote back a long, flowing letter. The young man was lost in thought until a cold voice interrupted. Wrong! Only now do I understand. Having no words in their dictionary is the Kremnoans' true foresight. Rigid text only holds back human progress. Anaxa! Anaxa with KS! Damn it. What are you? The blonde youth recognized his classmate, a loner whom none of his companions had ever gotten his name right. Call me Anaxagoras, the green-haired youth sneered with displeasure. The young man took at his eye patch, his uncovered eye brimming with equal parts mockery, indignation, and arrogance, plus a hint of unfathomable depth. The truth is already in my grasp. Watch as I turn this decrepit world upside down. The blonde youth unconsciously sized up those hands that held truth. By Kremnoan standards, with such feeble strength, one couldn't preach any truth to anyone. After all, truth only exists within punching distance. So this is like Mighty being classmates with Anaxa. Damn it. Mother, I have been pursuing my advancement under the Hectolitist school. Something interesting happened recently. The Grove expelled a student who allegedly attempted to resurrect the dead through alchemy, violating the ban. I find it rather regrettable. P.S. I've attached a preliminary draft of the dictionary with this letter. So he wrote the dictionary. Maybe Sairini will bring it to the future. Wait, I need a quick break. But I will be back. Ow, ow, ow. Hey!
Then I can actually change that fact, don't I? If I don't want Anakin to go to the Chancellor, I can basically not send Obi-Wan there. Who cares about Grid? Obi-Wan, your crush is showing stuff. I have no.
Sovereign song halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dwegar invaders near Lake's Edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
I already did that.
I admit, I like this one's approach. A little genocidal, but effective.
Lol. It isn't genocidal, but the fact.
Ouch.
Oz, reveal! Don't be scared! Scatter! Speed of light! Nowhere to hide.
Fracture waves and rise a storm! Goodbye. But we'll meet again.
Ah, come back! Come back to me!
You give, you receive.
I want a date.
Then I can actually change that fact, don't I? If I don't want Anakin to go to the Chancellor, I can basically not send Obi-Wan there. Who cares about Gris? Obi-Wan, your crush is showing stuff.
I have no. now she could reset it again. She is not running. To me. Do you like Noah? What? No! Not! Ugh! I can't believe you would. Duh! She's angry now. I mean, jeez! Why would you? Ugh! Gross! Come here, come here. Yeah, now.
Someone, hey!
Come here, come. Come.
I must leave no stone unturned.
I don't see the game. What happened? I see the black screen and I don't see anything. What is happening? Huh?
Dinner's gonna burn.
Yeah, we have pretty jack of all trades. Hello, Zetka. Sorry, I had a quick break. We are reading letters from Cyrene about each different eternal recurrence that she liked. And now we are reading a letter about eternal recurrence in which Mighty became a sage of the grove, meaning that he became the scholar instead of, you know, the warrior prince. And they are talking about this dictionary, like it's a running joke in Honkai Star Rail that Kremnoans don't have dictionary because every time Finance says something to taunt Mighty says the sentence, "This word doesn't exist in Kremnoan dictionary." And Finance was joking that they don't have any words in that dictionary then. So I was laughing before I went on the break that Mighty, in this eternal recurrence in which he became a scholar, decided to write a dictionary for Kremnoans. That maybe Cyrene will decide to bring it into the future, because from the end of the quest I understood that Cyrene most likely will stitch the actual reality of the new world from all the memories that she collected in all the recurrences. So she may pick certain memories and discard others, you know? So maybe she'll pick this one, where the dictionary does exist. Mother's reply came late. My child, your father has recently restarted the Kremnos festival, but he still hasn't found a King's Aegis champion that satisfies him. I don't understand his intentions, but I can smell the fog of war in the air. I received the dictionary and it brings me joy. You know, I've never wanted you to become a puppet of strife. A long time passed. Mother, the Council of Sages will nominate me as the Helcolitist Sage. I hear that my father, Euripon the King, is gathering warriors to ignite the Chrysos War, raising arms against former allies, and will soon attack the Grove of Epiphany. I am deeply ashamed of this. The Council of Sages has decided to send a letter of peace negotiation. If it can survive the flames of war and reach my father's hands, I implore him to reconsider his military actions. There was no response to the letter. When the Kremnos army finally arrived at the gate, Maidimos the Helcolitist sage led his fellow scholars to defend against the enemy. At last he saw with his own eyes the new King's Aegis leading the army, a man with green hair and an eye patch. Though dressed as a Kremnos warrior, Maidimos recognized him instantly, his former classmate Anaxagoras. How? The blonde man was filled with confusion. Was he the one who won the Kremnos festival? With such a frail physique, has Kremnos really fallen this far? Of course, Anaxa must laugh, like usual. As if hearing his thoughts, the green-haired man twirled his gun while letting out a maniacal laugh. Alchemy has brought Castrum Kremnos into the age of firearms. Now let's show these old fogies what the King's one-turn-kill school is made of. Oh my god. Not only Anaxa became the King's Aegis, but he invented guns! Like, he in the game uses the gun. But he's the only one who is using the gun. So in this recurrence, he kinda made Kremnos into firearms country. Oh my god. How did even Kremnons agree to it? They revere the physical strength. I can't imagine them using guns. Like, I feel like it would be an insult to their pride as a warrior. Day Thunder Knight, vanquisher of tyranny and chaos. This page of the story comes from the 18,250,001st Eternal Recurrence. A chance encounter between two solitudes. Imagine if Seleuci, the exiled Day Thunder Knight, had met not the innocent winged beasts in the wasteland, but rather the Dromas king, who had walked among humans for 100 years. Okay. Years later, as she watched Hyacinth the Chrysos heir ascend to the heavens, Seleuci the Day Thunder Dromas Knight would remember the moment when she was exiled to the surface by her people, and her encounter with that walking mountain. At that time, Teravox the Dromas king had been wandering alone in the mortal realm for nearly a century. It silently watched over the myriad lives during the Chrysos War, occasionally witnessing spectacular sights, like when the radiance of the Lance of Fury struck down a floating fortress, raising waves of dust that engulfed buildings. However, on that day a young girl stumbled out of another fallen fortress. Her short jacket was soaked in golden blood. Yet before losing consciousness, she managed to raise her broken blade with trembling hands at the approaching Droma. Perhaps it was loneliness, perhaps it was the determination in the girl's eyes, or perhaps the sight of a life perishing like this was too much. Teravox took in the girl named Seliosi. Seliosi was a girl of few words. The only hobby she had was to hone her skills. Among all the Chrysos heirs that Teravox had encountered, none possessed such extraordinary talent as Seliosi. Years later, when Teravox paired with Seliosi and found themselves evenly matched, the beast realized that this skyfolk with golden blood would surely leave her mark in history. However, seeing the stubborn determination buried deep in Seliosi's eyes, Teravox began to worry that this exceptional power might bring her not only glory but perhaps even greater tragedy. One night, Seliosi sat atop Teravox's head, quietly gazing at the moon that flickered in and out of the clouds, and the floating fortress that appeared as tiny as an ant. After a long silence, Teravox finally spoke. We have journeyed together for so long, yet we have never truly had a heart-to-heart. Seliosi, I wish to know your aspiration. The girl tightened her grip on the short blade. I have witnessed hearts fall into the abyss of evil because of absurd beliefs. One day I will return to the fortress of Dome, kill Aquila, and set humanity free. Would killing the god be all that takes to set humanity free? The girl remained quiet, her stubbornness filling the silence. Seliosi, you have only met those who worship the sky, but I've been to hundreds of city-states. I've witnessed lands of death where entire cities voluntarily set themselves aflame, and I've seen city-states that also worship death, practicing austere penance in the ice and snow. That all the more proves they're all prisoners of the Titan. If you were like me, born from the bosom of the Titans, you would understand that Titans are more pure-hearted than humans. They hold neither preference nor hatred for their creations. They have long since handed over the power to choose our destiny to us. Easy for you to say, what am I supposed to do? Look, kid, I told you, the choice is in your hands. Dark clouds obscured the moon, and the floating fortress suddenly vanished, as if it too were terrified of that shadowy presence. Then, as the clouds retreated, the fortress was nowhere to be found, while the moon remained unchanged, shining ever brighter in the girl's eyes. Teravox, I've made up my mind. I want to go down to the mortal realm just like you. I will save humanity the human way, and until then, let the Eye of Twilight cling to life a while longer. The Droma's king responded with a gentle growl. Years later, a warrior goddess emerged in Amphorius. Her name was Seliosi, said to be a descendant of both the Sandfolk and Rainfolk. Not only did she possess the strength of 10,000 men, but she was also accompanied by a Dromas as indomitable as a mountain. People regarded her with reverence, bestowing upon her the title Day Thunder Droma's Night. Around light calendar 3920, the Day Thunder Droma's Night met with the Imperator in Okema, where she stayed for several days before joining the Flinch's journey as an auxiliary force. In light calendar 3957, Teravox, the Day Thunder Droma's Night's most important companion, fell in battle during the battle against Georius. In light calendar 3960, the Planechase army achieved a costly victory in the expedition against the ocean, with only Seliosi returning alive. The Council of Elders claimed that Seliosi had killed the Imperator and others in an attempt to seize power. She gave no response to this, but swiftly purged the Council with lightning-fast brutality. She then supported Aglaya's rise to power in Okema, where humanity ruled itself. Though not a demigod, Seliosi had lived for nearly 1,000 years. Rumors said her old friend Teravox shared their lifespan with her. Yet unknown to all, After watching the young Chrysos heir named Hyacinth ascend the rainbow bridge to the sky, that they found their Droma's knight, who had fought all her life, passed away while standing atop Downfell. Okay, so in this story, she never went to fight Aquila, never married with Aquila. She stayed with the mortals on the earth. Huh? My mic is making weird sounds, like, let me check. Hello? Hello? Ah, sorry, I forgot to mute. Let's check now. Let's check now. Yes, this is the mic. It's not the mic's fault, it's OBS. Though I noticed that hitting the mic helps, so I guess OBS likes me being violent with the mic. Anyway. Okay, let's read the notes in Delta Me that are new. What happened? Ah, okay. I only know it's OBS because I did an investigation on this mic. Yeah, thanks. This mic sometimes does it. Like, I don't like when it starts suddenly making those sounds. Okay, what do we have here new? Some new information about Iron Tomb. The Lord Ravager that stepped onto the distraction in a long process of calculation and ascended from the scepter Delta Me 13. The Iron Tomb is the cosmos is not a single entity, but a copy of the distraction equation diffused by the scepter. The Iron Tomb code name was proposed by the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation and eventually used by Lycus. Okay, that's the old information. When the extrapolation reaches its end, Iron Tomb will descend upon the universe in the form of a headless giant and perform a self-coronation. This is a new information. Tracing the path energy of erudition, connecting to Nous and transforming their calculations into distraction. Yeah, so the plan of Lycus was to create a headless giant Iron Tomb that would seize the god of erudition, who is a floating head in the cosmos, and attach it to its headless body and contaminate the data within the erudition's head. What a magnificent plan, Lycus. Definitely nothing can go wrong. Containment measures. Admin note. To ensure secrecy, Stellaron contamination must be deployed around the scepter to block any potential interference from the external universe. In addition, use Quatermain algebraic expressions in a memory encrypted environment to fully contain experimental ripples and prevent observations by Polka Kakamon. So so there was a Stellaron in this place. It was just used to shroud Amphoius from the external perception. It was using the power of the Stellaron, or Stellaron contamination, I guess, to hide what he was doing. Okay, here's the new file. Titans and Chrysos heirs. Hey. Oh, someone is raiding. Thank you for the raid!
Sister Trashley is
Sister
raiding the trash
Trashley
with
is
a party
raiding.
of 19.
Hello, Trashley. I didn't notice you. I mean, I did notice a message, but my sounds are broken. Holy trash raid! Here comes Sister Trashley church back. Raid and run so I can get food. Isn't it like a night where you are? Streaming makes me so hungry. Go eat. But isn't it like 6 AM there? What are you doing streaming at night? Okay, electrical signals created from the basis of the 12 factors. The Titans and the Chrysos heirs are conjugate constructs mirroring the Aeons and the Past Riders. By having Chrysos heirs inherit the Titans' core planes, the electrical signals will iterate and improve through rivalry and inheritance. Logic. Authority distribution between electrical signals must be clearly defined, serving as divine authority in the experiment. Okay, this is the old info. The new info. Record update. Destructive actions carried out by a specific electrical signal via the power of the path of destruction will result in a logical loophole in the corresponding path. So I was right. Someone was constantly telling me that destruction power doesn't matter. But in the logs it does matter. So using the power of destruction to destroy a signal creates a logical loophole in the path. So for example, when Finan used the power of destruction to kill Cyrene, he created a logical loophole in the path of time because she was a demigod of time at the time. Then, in the last recurrence when he existed, he self-destructed using the power of destruction, creating a loophole in the path of world-bearing because he was the demigod of world-bearing at the time. This phenomenon is consistent with the iterative process. When a logical loophole occurs, a data signal that meets the experimental conditions can serve as a substitute. This process is independent of the inheritance of the Titans' Chrysos heirs. So I was right all along that creating a logical loophole makes it so you can inherit this path from someone. I hate people who tell me I'm not right about something and then it turns out I was right all along. So, when the logical loophole is introduced to the simulation in a certain path, then another person can seize the path. Though my problem with it is that it doesn't explain how Danhang could become the demigod of Earth. Because he didn't destroy Earth. Earth didn't have any logical loopholes. The only logical loopholes were time and world bearing. So time could be then inherited by us when we traveled to the simulation. Even though we weren't part of the simulation, we could inherit the time authority because of the logical loophole existing. And then when Finan self-destructed, he created a logical loophole in world bearing. So in the next eternal recurrence, we as the player could inherit the world bearing from him. Okay, update to Nakos. Okay, track world bearer, premium mobile, hatred. Note, intercognition is null. Responds only to destructive stimuli. Okay, that's old. Hatred. It's hatred through the gaze of Nanook upon its individual being, proving it as having already become the most perfect factor of destruction. However, if refused to complete the Era Nova, through resetting the experiment, it transferred its memories and core flames to its next self, thus creating the eternal recurrence to ensure Iron Tomb would never hatch from a void. Yeah. At the end of the 33,550,336th recursive loop, it attempted to destroy itself through destruction, to create a logical vulnerability in the world-bearing track. It has now been merged by Iron Tomb due to an impact on the Scepter's core layer. The black tide phenomenon in the simulated world has greatly receded. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, in response to external stimuli, it uses the power of destruction to destroy, coordinate, Grove of Epiphany, and cause the great tomb of the Nameless Titan to manifest. Yeah, so he was the one who shot that laser from the sky when we were playing the quest. Oh, and we got 3 new updates here. Eleos. Track Sky, Primal Mobile Devotion. Note, behavioral logic highly altruistic, lacks overload protection. This electrical signal tends to identify with survival environments and actively responds to collective crisis, similar to the preservation. In most recursive loop processes, tends towards severe damage. So this is Hyacinth. Hyacinth is emulating the path of preservation, and she's a healer in the simulation. Haplotis 405. Track Passage. Primum Mobile Concord. Note, multi-track calculations performed consecutively for a single purpose. Under the influence of Primum Mobile, the electrical signal automatically splits during its initial phase, with multiple copies exhibiting behavioral patterns similar to the harmony through mutual understanding, support, and coordination for a common purpose. Behavior generation latency is extremely low. So yeah, we were right about this. And Scopeo 365, Track Earth, Primum Mobile Survival. Note, decision-making patterns show high stability with species continuation as the primary objective. Special electrical signals influenced by extrapolation target manifest as saurian dragon-like beasts, highly tolerant and adaptable to destructive stimuli. Their behavior of achieving species continuation simulates the path of firmament. Hello Nekoino, how are you? Okay, we have now updates to the anomaly logs for Forgotten Years. Records that are completely missing from Delta Me 13's logs, presenting as blank spaces in Vampore's history, never turning readable. These anomalies recur sporadically and randomly across recurrences and show signs of increase. speculated to be related to electrical signal Philia 093, meaning Cyrene, and the invading variables March 7th and Evernight. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, all lost records have returned, thanks to Talia's upload action at the Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. Oh. Yes, so all the forgotten years that were stored within the tomb, we somehow loaded them into the world? Why did you have a shit day? Okay, Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. The abandoned kernel layer manifested due to the influence of the remembrance referred to as Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan by Evernight. Unknown Demiurge, unknown Stellaron. Okay. This is a very censored sentence. We can't really infer anything from this, other than Demiurge and Stellaron are used in the same sentence. Rain and no work. Oh, okay, I guess. That could be bad. Administrator has deleted related records. Variable March 7th and Evernight infiltrated the scepter through this route. Access records have been deleted. Oh, nice. Wait, I read all the logs here. Ah, okay. Intrusion variables. Me, the protagonist. There's update to me. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, this entity assumed the vacant world-bearing track. At one point, this entity was imprisoned by Evernight, but successfully neutralized the threat at the end of the recursive cycle, preventing the catastrophic purging of experimental data. Okay, so this is the update. Did you got the cat robot in Genshin? What cat robot? I didn't play Genshin since the last time. March and Evernight. March 7. A nameless from the Astral Express Past Rider of Remembrance external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Evernight, a high-risk variable distinct from March 7. Her path chart is anomalous, able to bypass the Scepter's self-check system and even affect the memories of the administrator. So they are actually admitting here that she can affect the memories of the administrator, meaning Lygas. In the 33,550,337th recursive loop, she took over the vacant time path, secretly manipulating the Titan and guiding Talia's group to advance Era Nova. Speculated objective: interfere with Era Nova's progress, clear Scepter data, terminate the experiment. At the end of the loop, she voluntarily entered slumber, enabling March 7 to complete time trial, reclaiming the future. Note: oblivion does not mean betrayal. It is the final protection. Danhang, a nameless from the Astral Express, a sign of permanence, an external variable trapped in a recursive loop. In the 33,550,337th recursive loop, he took over the nearly sealed path of Earth. As a fellow Pathstrider of permanence, they resonated with Scopeo 365, embracing approximately 2.16 million data lifeforms within the core flame, completing the trail of Earth. So they kind of like merged or something? Ooh, updates to Hubris! Observational records of electronic signals, hostile behaviors. In Light Calendar 3960, Seridra fused with the Ultimate Protocol and submitted an internal command, marking ID Lyco S as a malicious visitor and freezing approximately 60% of special permissions for ID Lyco X. According to the Administrator's Security Protocol, Lyco S self-defense permissions were retained, and the remaining frozen permissions were gradually restored. Subsequently, Seridra rewrote the Ultimate Protocol at the cost of ceasing to respond itself. If the Era Nova progress becomes abnormal, ignore all variables, terminate extrapolation, and wait for Iron Tomb to form. Additionally, temporarily grant access permission to Hert A and Screw W. So yes, this was what we were told at the end of the quest, that Seridra was paranoid and didn't trust anyone, so the law that she changed at the cost of her life was to basically instill a self-destruct button inside the simulation if anything anomalous happened, if anyone betrayed anyone, like if someone interfered with Era Nova, it would end with total destruction of the simulation and possibly the universe, because Iron Tube would get created anyway. So what Evernight was trying to achieve by deleting the data and kinda removing the simulation from the universe and removing the Iron Tomb threat from the simulation and from the universe would end with triggering of this failsafe that Seridra added, and it would end with the same conclusion that Evernight was trying to avoid. Scopeo 365. Teravox took no offensive actions after Light Calendar 3961. The entity became untraceable. During the final phase of this recursive loop, Teravox was briefly detected. Theory: its data was concealed by Evernight. Through Kaslana's indiscriminate assault on the Grove, Teravox managed to destroy itself via the distraction. Oh, creating a logic anomaly in the Earth. Okay, so I was right. When Teravox vanished, its core flame contained signal patterns of 2.16 million organic entities. So I was right all along that the power of destruction was specifically named in the logs because it was important. And now I am so fucking fed up with that people who told me that no, destruction doesn't matter. Destruction doesn't matter. Fuck you. Like, I hate people who don't know how to properly make the analysis of the text. If something is specifically named, it has, like, there is a high chance that it was named on purpose. Okay, update to Epikeia 216. Castoris launched multiple frontal attacks against Lyco S. It attempted to use collision detection to make Lyco S cease to respond, but to no avail. In Light Calendar 4253, Castoris ascended to Demigod. Its mobility permissions were revoked and became fused with coordinate Netherrealm. At the end of that recursive loop, Castoris, through her resonance with distraction, perceived the lost Talia during her slumber and shielded their memories from the erosion of the data stream. Okay. Thank you, Castoris, for protecting me. Okay, Schema 720. No direct attacks from Anaxagoras were detected. It is suspected to have taken other actions. In Light Calendar 4534, Anaxagoras transmuted itself into a high-density data fusion entity, submitting multiple targeted commands via an internal hacking program, with some taking effect. Lyco S mobility permissions were removed. After directives took effect, Anaxagoras can no longer be located. During the final phase of that recursive loop, Anaxagoras was detected hiding within Lyco S data entity. Shortly after, Anaxagoras' electrical signals were analyzed and stripped by Lyco S and have now been reloaded into the buffer. Yeah, because Lygus was outside the simulation. So Anaxagoras was also outside the simulation through proxy, because Lygus is like an entity that exists in two places at once. It exists inside the simulation and outside the simulation at once. So when Anaxagoras loaded himself to the data version of Lygus, he also could transfer himself to the outside of simulation version of him. But then Lygus stripped his data, killing him, I guess. And his data were reloaded into the buffer, meaning the simulation. Aporia 432. Electra had launched multiple attacks against Lyco S, but with minimal success. In Light Calendar 3960, Electra became a demigod, its mobility permissions were removed, and it was fused into coordinate Styxia. After Light Calendar 4534, Electra continuously submitted internal commands to uninstall ID Lyco S cognitive module. These commands violated the administrator security protocols and were denied. Not long after, Electra's calculation pathway was overloaded and it entered dormancy. In the final phase of that recursive loop, Electra remained in the world turbulent with Memoria to guide Danhang on his return to Emporium. Okay, cool. The last updates. Error, no administrator response. Record 1. Unknown unit Evernight, retrieval anomaly, coordinate growth of epiphany, path chart anomalous, initiating priority scan. Hypothesis, unknown unit possesses unauthorized access, high-level data erasure. Warning, related records undergoing unauthorized deletion. ID Lyco S has been warned. Administrator not responding. Unknown unit untraceable anomalous data record restored. And record 5. Unknown entity Evernight scan anomaly detected. Path energy showing dangerous fluctuations. According to the new clause in Ultimate Protocol, if this unknown entity remains active, the system will determine Era Nova's progress as anomalous and initiate the Scepter's full-range purge program. Warning issued to ID Lyco S. Administrator not responding. Yeah, so what I said before. The law that Ceridra changed was what ultimately rendered everything that Evernight was trying to achieve futile, because the outcome would be the same as the outcome she's trying to avoid. So everything she was doing, everything she was working to do was automatically wrong because of that new added law. Who would have thought I would be happy for Ceridra being paranoid? Okay, now we can load this. And listen to the updated stories! We have last one for the Imperator Ceridra.
Who will win? The fanatical followers of the Eon of Erudition, or the audacious plots of the monarch playing against heaven? The Atavis search forest's monkey creatures, the steel soldiers reviving the Emperor, that Theoros' visage of arrogance. On her chessboard, all faded to null.
In the name of Amphorius, I will grant freedom to blind faith.
The monarch stood before the inorganic throne, driving the scepter into the Emperor's vacant gaze. Even the gods beyond the sky shall crumble like the Titans, as she swears to seize the glory of conquering the stars. Who will win? The immortal faithfuls of the Eon of Abundance, or the storms dancing between the chessmaster's fingertips? The pawns slay the birds, the horses trample the wolves, the chariots smash the trees, and the queen severs the head of pestilence.
In the name of Amphorius, I will grant immortality eternal rest.
The Cienjo lays forth the ocean's tribute, which the monarch grants to her loyal Gladius. And upon that night's sorrow-marked visage appears a smile, precious and rare. Who will win? The raging waves of war from the Eon of Destruction, or the sharp blades of the Empress that has never tasted defeat? Even in the face of the power that swallows the stars, neither monarch nor subject faltered. They would prove their golden blood outshines the lifeblood of the gods themselves.
In the name of Amphorius, I will grant destruction to the destruction.
The monarch's core flame supplants the flames of annihilation. Soldiers drink deep of the golden blood of the blemished one. She has slain the wellspring of tragedy, once again usurping destiny's crown. Who will win? The light of the esteemed gods beyond the sky, or the core flame lighting up the world in the Imperator's heart? The fury of the stars surges headlong, boiling at the edge of the galactic empire. Mighty factions thrust into her realm, yearning to seize back the splendor of old.
In the name of Amphorius.
Stellar winds scatter the enemy's remaining ashes, as golden blood once again congeals into familiar epitaphs. The master of the infinite cosmos lifts the edict high, declaring to her boundless, ceaseless realm,
I shall conquer the heavens, and all stars shall submit.
Chuckling, the Imperator tosses her final pawn, her previous delusions withering away during the game. She wiped off the formations that were purely imaginary, and caught a glimpse of rust blooming upon the throne. On the night before the monarch faced fate, she left behind a grand dream of conquering the stars. In time, she shall become but a humble pawn, so that this grand illusion retains a sliver of truth.
This world's game is nearing its conclusion, but in the distant future,
For the raging and burning ambition, for the flame chase through 30 million creations, for the Imperator's realm and all her citizens. Who will win?
I will win. Amphorius will win.
Cool. This is such a nice card. I like the aesthetic of the hand. Let's read Electra first, because I think she also had like the last one.
Having beheld the monarch's gifts, she completed her demigod's destiny. The tides within her heart recede, and her requiem draws near. A sliver of light fell from a crack on the cave ceiling. A blazing ray pierces the surface of the sea. An aching urge to chase the light wells within her, and with a flick of her tail, she drifts towards the breach. In the deep sea, 1,000 years passed. The sea siren once swam to the shore with unwavering will. Fish gathered in silent procession to escort the princess to her final rest. The moment she leapt free from the water, she felt the waves stirred by peals of laughter. Mirages of her friends shimmered and faded, and songs of joy rang out from the shore, just as she had wished. Dux Fragoris sliced the Droma's flank with a time-worn edge. Dux Brumalis cast an icy chalice, steaming with the breath of frost. Dux Helcalithist brimmed her vessel with honey brew, while Dux Carmenem unfurled a scroll of new verse.
At last, you have arrived, our belated musician.
Oh, Aglaya!
The gold weaver's silver needles hover in the air, weaving beautiful outfits for her. Electra accepts the gift that does not exist, as salty water wets her new attire. She knows this is not reality, just like the world she loves. Mere foam in the sea of stars.
Oh, it's talking about the illusions she created.
Even so.
She drank down the aurora lights in the cup, as intoxication flew from her fingers into music and song. In the drunkenness granted by her mother, in the dream granted by that drunkenness, in the feast granted by that dream,
I too shall have my fill of feasts.
now sober, she begins one last song. The musician plucks her strings in the spring, and the waltzing hem stirs the water into waves, revealing memories in throngs. She sings of the once awakened Titan, how the princess accompanied the queen to swim in azure waves. She sings of the confident and dashing monarch, of loyal knights who marched with the Imperator to seize the solemn states. She sang of the one destined by heaven's will, of demigods who bore 1,000 years of watch for the hero. She sang of that little gray fry and how the Gladius defended the Deliverer from Apocalypse's storms. She sang of herself, a cup made of fish bones, ever waiting for someone to banish the nihility within, pouring the honey brew of fate for her to the brim. She sang until her voice turned hoarse, and the spirit water she held was no more. The honey brew ran out, the final notes dispersed, and the feast of fantasy shattered in turn. Before the deadly quiet seashore, she gave one final smile, then faded into sea foam.
To the fish from beyond the sky, we shall sink into the past.
For she had glimpsed the sky beyond the cave, and chose to believe in the promised future, embracing a hope as fragile as mist.
You must carry the new sun and swim toward the distant horizon.
Okay, so this is finished. The only left are Evernight and Dan Hang. Here we have 3 because we only listen to the 2. Cienjo notes, Belobog notes, Express notes.
Before arriving at Amphorius, our last stop was Dan Heng's homeland, a place called Cienjo.
No, it was not!
Cienjo is just a general term. This starship is called the Lo Fu.
Penacony was where?
Some wonderful times there practicing swordplay. By the way, which is stronger, the bow or the sword?
I'd say the sword. It can cleave a mountain in half.
You've been watching too many Immersia.
I've been working my butt off just to avoid using a bow.
Come on, let's become weapon masters together.
Oh wait.
To master a skill, one must first find a mentor. And I ended up with 2 of them. So, sometimes I run laps, sometimes I lift weights, and sometimes I do both at the same time. Looking back now, those days were really fulfilling.
No pain, no gain. Am I right?
She didn't forget about Penacony, just...
Between sword practice sessions, I occasionally hit up the food stalls in Arum Alley to recharge with some delicious eats. Oh, Master Yoon Lee was right. These berry pheasant skewers are absolutely delicious.
Warden's just what's happening after Penacony.
Hard work pays off. This girl's been up at the crack of dawn every day, and finally defeated countless formidable foes.
I can testify. March really did defeat countless training dummies.
Those wooden dummies aren't exactly easy to break. It takes real skill. Every hero's story needs a villain. And when it comes to the great heroine March 7th's nemesis, it's definitely gotta be Scott.
Rather than a freight skiff, maybe an IPC eco ship would suit him better?
Ugh, why?
After all, he's got a knack for talking like animals.
Lol.
During the decisive battle, I defeated Scott with my epic move, Star Shatter Shard Supreme!
Did you actually master that move?
Well, naming moves doesn't cost anything. There's still some space left, and I just happened to find a nice photo.
The floor is yours, Master Dan Heng.
Don't be ridiculous. It's clearly Dan Heng's brother here.
As I thought, March has some hidden powers there too.
Lol.
In memory of our first trailblaze together. The three of us.
On average, we got a wanted poster for every 3 planets we visited.
If I could have used my hidden powers back then, they wouldn't have dared to draw me this ugly. Playing hide and seek with Hook was fun. Those kids under her command have quite the hidden talent.
When both players in hide and seek are experts, it will turn into a contest of who can last longer without food.
On the day the overworld and underworld were connected, I too took the first cable car. The seats were so hard that day, my butt was killing me.
Let me teach you a trick. Just keep standing instead.
Then how can you even call that sitting in a cable car? For the sake of walking smoothly towards tomorrow, we sealed away the truth of the decisive battle, along with our memories, in a box. The juice that day was delicious. I want to drink it again.
Ugh, that's Jim Roger bread soda.
And what's with that March 7th themed blue and pink color in there?
That's just food coloring.
Hey, you two! Don't ruin the nostalgic mood! Visiting Urillo again for the Soulworm Festival, I put on some pretty clothes specially for the occasion. Look! Don't I look like a princess?
So that's how you've seen yourself all this time.
I want to change my clothes and become a devil too.
Little ice bear. A sweet little Snow White ice bear. I wonder if it's found any friends yet.
I think I saw it in Penacony. Hey, why don't we turn it into a universal social media star?
That niche is already dominated by trotters.
Lol.
That big guy who once raised his fists against us is now the hope for Belobog's revival.
Mr. Yang was practically drooling watching that.
Too bad he wasn't there that time.
Not necessarily.
By next time we visit Urillo, will it have turned into an ocean planet?
Then wouldn't those polar bears have to be renamed water bears?
The data shows that Urillo's environment is slowly recovering, but the ice shouldn't melt too quickly.
Time to remove those floaties from the shopping cart.
I was laughing about Welt because if you didn't play Honkai Impact Bird, you don't know everything about him, but I feel like Honkai Star has enough of a hints about him to actually tell you who he was. Like, he was not only the Herrscher of Reason, the guy who fought other Herrschers for humanity. He also created like a company, an animation company, and he was making animations with mecha droids, and he's the best known for his Arahato series. So whenever a Welt sees any fucking mecha, he is going nerd, okay? 100. That's why when we were doing the quest and Welt mentioned that Skrulum has his personal planet-sized mecha, I was hearing that nerd happiness in his voice.
I heard I was once frozen in this ice block, drifting all over the universe.
That's one way to go on a cosmic hitchhike.
If the conductor hadn't hit the brakes back then, I probably would have punched a hole right through the car, huh?
Stop being dramatic. The Express was the one that actively scooped you up.
I remember there was some 6-phased ice left after it melted. I used it to make a little model. Mr. Yang explained that it's called a figure, and then made me watch anime with him all night.
That's the highest honor he can bestow.
I want a figure too.
Every morning, the express crew has breakfast together, but they're not always on time. I can't help it. I'm still sleepy.
Next time, get up earlier and set an alarm.
People who can get up right as soon as their alarm goes off are terrifying.
Hey, that's me!
This kind of person is capable of anything.
That's me!
My camera's full of Pom-Pom's photos. It's so much fun dressing up the conductor.
Pom-Pom used to have a turtleneck uniform, but they rarely wear it after March came.
I love my room so much. I tidy it up every single day.
Looking at it now, that photo wall must be the power of memories.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask, where's the wardrobe?
Take a guess. I remember Taikian, my most trailblazy of trailblazes. That grand debut cost me quite a few credits.
So? What exactly happened?
I saw a ball by the road, so I just casually kicked it.
And then, bam! It flew right into the ceiling, through the venue.
And scored 100 points, too! We'll travel together forever and ever.
That line sounds familiar.
Memories weave the past, bit by bit. They stretch long behind me, like shadows on the path I've walked. I wonder, what stories will the future me create?
Okay. We have last one. We've done Hung. And we're done with the reading of all the juicy lore stuff. There are also three here. God of the Suffering Abyss.
Another century of the Chrysos War. Rust, wails, and the blood of living souls seep into the earth, into the giant dragon's decaying bones and flesh. The trembling bedrock is the giant dragon's eyes. They see Dromuses reduced to laborers and food. Mythical beasts turned into weapons of war.
Oh, yeah, I am
War
with him.
and flames extinguish all their siblings. Yet the giant dragon is powerless, left only with bitter silence and memories filled with guilt. For Earth's trial is to bear the anguish of every living being that walks its surface. Upon the edge of doomsday, the giant dragon's will lay shattered, its scales broken. What greeted them is not a flower-covered Aranova, but a long-fallen black sword.
How weak are strangers. Please surrender the core flame for the dawn.
Dawn. Dawn? If this puppet of destruction yearns for dawn, then what awaits at the end of the flame chase? The torment of the Black Tide, the sacrifice of their kin. Is it an undeserved destiny, or merely futile lament?
Won't accept this.
The twisted rocks rise like a roaring tide. Yet the Swordmaster shows no fear, merely sighs, as if long accustomed to such sights. The rusted joints are shattered, one by one. The cracked husk peels away, spilling golden blood. The earthquake that engulfs Amphorius lasts for 3 days and nights. In its final moments of defiance, the giant dragon suddenly realizes this flame chase is nothing but the kindling of self-pity, the breeding ground for calamity. Yet, Earth's end is not dimmed by the shadow of the dark blade. In that special recurrence, the blazing sun extinguishes itself to set the destruction aflame. At that time, as the giant dragon sinks into the earth, still chewing on the pain of betrayal, it hears the footsteps of Evernight.
I need a helper to watch over time until the very end.
Evernight waves her sleeve, bathing the giant dragon in a Memoria tide. And so, the giant dragon sees the past and present of Earth, and understands that the starry sky is forever out of reach. The 33,550,337th eternal recurrence. The demigod Terravox feigns their fall, using the tides of memories to dilute their existence, forging an arc with Earth's core flame. In that 1,000 years of defiance, heroes of golden blood meet their tragic end, while the giant dragon remains deaf to their plight, only silently gathering their exiled kin. The pact with Evernight is simple. Time would erase the pain of Earth and cradle it in peaceful slumber among its own. And Earth shall become Time's ally, for it alone can keep watch until the end of the world.
It sounds like this part was about Flame Reaver in the previous Eternal Recurrence, taking the core flame of Earth. But before the Terravox actually disappeared, Evernight appeared and took him with her to the next Eternal Recurrence because she has powers that defy the logic of the simulation. So she can exist in 2 different recurrences at once. She is not the subject to the reset. So she, it sounded like she took the Terravox from the 33,550,336th loop into the next loop, and then restored his memories of the every other recurrence. And when he realized what happened through 33 million time loops, he decided to fake his own death and started gathering life within the core flame because he was trying to save the beings of the earth. And then Finan Kaslana shoot the Grove of Epiphany with the power of distraction. He hit Terravox too, and it created a loophole, the logical loophole in the simulation that allowed Danhang to take over the space of Earth and take over all those lives that Terravox was collecting and bring them into the new world to save them.
The flame-chasing heroes once scorned the giant dragon, for they refuse to crush any foe beneath their feet.
A foolish earth beast.
A heretic who refuses to serve the flame chase!
After staying for several days, the giant dragon bids farewell to the Imperator.
The flame chase is a glory that belongs only to the children of humanity.
You are a benevolent beast. I had no intention of keeping you captive. A decree to protect innocent lives is about to be issued. All I ask is that you lend a hand to the flame chase in the future.
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, yet the giant dragon remembers their creator's command. After leaving the Imperator's capital, the giant dragon shelters small beasts upon its back, only to be hunted by city-states hungry for meat. Arrows pour down like rain, unable to pierce the giant dragon's skin, yet cause the creatures on their back to wail and fall. Until a mighty force of reinforcements brings this tragedy to an end. They raised a shield wall for the giant dragon, then marched forth and crushed that city-state.
The mountain dwellers are not a warlike people. Who are you?
The leading knight answered loudly.
I am Mountain Breaker, Geocles.
All the world knows that protecting all of Earth's creations is the creed of the Dromas Legion. The world also knows the Dromas Legion is ever victorious. The giant dragon under the Mountain Breaker is silent, yet unstoppable.
Endurance does not help with survival.
Mountain Breaker always speaks of his friend this way, while the giant dragon only responds with a low growl. Soon after, when word came that the flame-chasing army targeted Earth, the Dromas riders set forth in full force, all to protect their creator. On the eve of the march, the giant dragon receives a secret message.
Your one and only flame chase must be to slay your creator, and then fight to survive.
Records state, in the Battle of the Abyss, the Dromas riders were broken after Terravox's betrayal. The Mountain Breaker shed his armor and fell from the cliffs to his end. Earth carved the memories of the betrayal into its strata, until Evernight would leaf through them.
Oh, Earth. Time is willing to wash away that pain of betrayal.
As a memo sprite, the mighty Mountain Breaker reunites with the giant dragon. His voice trembles in a whisper.
That couldn't have been your choice.
The giant dragon only responds with a low growl. The giant dragon and their comrade dwell in the abyss for 1,000 years, until the azure dragon returns from among the stars, stirring up the dust of destiny.
He is one of our kind.
The giant dragon lifts their eyelids, gazing at the azure-colored Long Scion, knowing that dragon's body bears the sworn duty of protection. But in Mountain Breaker's eyes, there is only resolute determination.
That is the permanence.
The permanence can heal the divine form of the giant dragon. The permanence can guide life past its end. At the edge of the world, watching their comrade's silhouette fade away, the dying giant dragon shakes its head and sighs.
The permanence is not a panacea, but rather a bridge.
Years later, gazing up at the vast starry night sky, I often ponder, what does the permanence truly mean? The countless souls entrusted by Terravox still surge within my chest, like an eternally burning furnace. I once thought about finding them a home, and tried to communicate with them in my heart. And yet, the living beings of this world, they are now inseparable from me. As if from the very beginning, they were a branch of my own bloodline.
Inseparable?
After I told everyone, a heated discussion broke out in the express car.
Will you turn into a little chimera and snuggle up in our arms?
March 7th lets her imagination run wild.
Lol.
Maybe he'll become a baby seal.
A magical beast would be fine too. I've always wanted to see that species.
Lol.
These are the reassuring words from Himiko and Mr. Yang.
No matter what he becomes, Dan Heng will always be Dan Heng.
Her words are unusually poetic.
But if you become a Dromus, you absolutely must let me feed you red soil.
Lol.
Don't you even think about it.
Lol.
Sometimes I have dreams like this. Countless beings flee alongside me. Behind us, black floods blot out the sky as if to devour all signs of life. In our darkest hour, the living beings form a bridge of dragons, and I lead them limping towards the starry sky. At the end of the vast procession, a lone giant dragon comes to a halt, watching us depart into the distance.
The children of Earth will always find their own path. Thank you for being their bridge.
Something stirs within me at the moment of awakening. Perhaps the legacy of the permanence lies not in recreating flesh, nor in the merging of bloodlines. One day, while browsing through the databank, I noticed an update on the universe's animal species. In an ocean-covered planet, a new species of seals evolved, with a penchant for bumping into things. On a barren desert wasteland, evolved a herd of red soil-craving beasts. Many familiar silhouettes are now active in the cosmic ecosystem, yet they are not my old Amphorian friends. This is their rebirth. This is life's way forward.
Oh, so they will now exist in the galaxy.
Perhaps, just as Terravox wished, I've become a bridge bearing the weight of their life. They once shattered the battle formation of the mountain dwellers, tore open Giorios's chest, swallowed the core flame, only to resolutely pass it on. Creation will always betray its creator, just as witnessed at the dawn of civilization. Frail beings betrayed the dark tides, climbing onto land, ascending the branches high, finally betraying their home and gazing upon the stars. The furnace in my chest still pulses. In the gaps between the heated torrents, I sometimes find myself in a daze, catching glimpses of that colossal figure in the cosmos's cracks. It was a giant dragon, named the Permanence.
Why did he see giant dragon in the cracks of the universe? Okay, we caught up here. New rewards! Oh, now all the stories are fulfilled. And I bet that this one will be somehow related to the Titan, the 13th one. Okay, Very nice. Fallen City Okama. Drive ruins, capturing criminals. Abyss of Fate. Murmuring Woods, Grove of Epiphany. Lightless Chopdown. I have one. Okay. Okay, so no quest. Fortress of Dome, the Dayline. Also no quest here. Radiant Scarwood Grove of Epiphany. There is a new quest here. I need to pick up. Oh no, Bartolos. Chimeras! Ha ha ha, so you have come! Did you also travel from afar after hearing tales of my heroic deeds? Don't explain, I have long explanations. I must prefer your straightforwardness. So tell me, do you want to hear about my heroic deeds, or would you rather hear about my heroic deeds? Tell me about it. Prepare to witness the great Bartolo's heroic deeds. So, here's what happened. Enter the flooded room. Meet with Robin. Let me guess, you still have friends trapped even deeper below. Awoo, your greatness truly knows no bounds, Lord Bartolos. That's easy, I'll take you away from here first. Then you can tell me how to find your friends. I will leave it to me. Jam it, jam it. Oh. Just one look at this passage makes me dizzy. Whosoever designed this cave must have had serious ill intentions. But if this hole was designed for bugs, then it makes sense. You'll get dizzy passing through a bug hole anyway. Said the bug. Did you know that every time someone ascends to the surface of the water, a hydrophobic nymph will get hurt? But you don't care. You only care about yourself. Lol. Oh, another nymph. Holy moly, traveler! What are you doing stuck on the ceiling? Or wait, am I actually on the ceiling? This is so confusing. There's a baby seal here. Okay, I guess this was the quest. Talk to the baby seal. Wait, I can only talk to it as Bartolos? What's with this baby seal? Yeah, it's safe, but it's also way too calm. You're here. It's time to retreat. The great Bartolos is here to save us. I get it. Just tell me what to do. Okay. But I already did that. So pretty much that's the whole story. Okay. Not a single little chimera or baby seal was harmed in the process. Phew, I almost ended up meeting Fagusa. What a memorable escape. Thank you very much for your help, Bartolos. No big deal, barely lifted a finger. I'll take these little critters here somewhere safe. As for you, just make sure the grave tale of the great Bartolos spreads far and wide. How have you managed to stay alive up to now? Trickery will always find a way, boy. Remember, when the end of times approaches, the grave spiritive laughter is the only thing that will never be drowned out by any powers of evil. I guess. There are no quests here, only exploration. And there is like Universal Matrix, Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. There are no quests here to be done. Why? Hello? Only exploration? That's all? Go check out Anaxa's public lecture. A cloudless day is the perfect weather for an open lecture on drama studies. If you have got time, why not drop by and check it out? Okay, so what was the Sireni in the Aedis Elysiae? I didn't want to talk to her last time because it was soft.
Peaceful days are like
and now she's no
breezes
longer here.
carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Hi! I'm so happy to see you. Are you here to play with me?
Is this swing yours? Not really. Could be yours too, but you couldn't mind if I used it, would you? Oh then, what should we do? Ah, it was part of those interactions with Sireni. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I guess we can start the event. I won't be able to finish it today, but we can start it. The baby dramas even.
Peaceful days are like breezes, carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Once upon a time, so the story goes, 8 mighty mountains blocked the entrance to Okema. They cut off all paths to the city, making daily life a struggle for its citizens. Then along came a Dromas bigger than any mountain. One gulp later, 7 mountains vanished, leaving only the one Kefali sits on now. They name it the Super Duper Mega Ultra Dromas Summit Incision Litter Launcher Can't Make Stuff Up Anymore, or Dromazilla for short. Okay? That's just one of the 270 reasons I love Dromases. Bigger is more beautiful, which makes Dromases the most beautiful creatures in the world. Wait, for real? That's quite a tall tale, wow. Well, the story may be questionable, but it makes an interesting point. The Dromas sizes we have seen are nowhere near what that species is truly capable of growing into. Remember this egg in the Dromas workshop? My research suggests it contains Dromazilla's soul. When it hatches, we might witness the birth of a new Super Droma. I need to go off-grid for a while. The egg is in your hands now. Keep the ignorant away from it, please. Why did you pick me? Off-grid what for? I'm researching how to hatch this egg, actually. I have 32 promising plans so far, but I need time to test them all. Okay. Super Dromas, what's that? The strongest, mightiest, most legendary of Dromas kind, the shepherd to all Dromases, guiding all beings toward a better future. Let's leave it at that. Why did you pick me? Casters mentioned you had a great time with the Dromases when you first got to Okema. Anyone the Dromases like is a good person in my book. Okay, you can count on me. Remember, if you need help, just look for Assistant Instructor Hyacinth. Later at curtain fall hour. I did absolutely nothing today. Why am I so tired? Huh? Help! Who are you? A ghost! What's the matter? I'm stuck. Dancing around, you see the purple egg now covered in cracks. No one is near it. Is it hatching on its own? Right now? Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Don't worry, I'm here to save you. Okay. Thank you, Mama. I am a mama of a baby. Strangely enough, this future Super Dromas looks surprisingly cute. Oh, it's so cute, I'm keeping it. Hey, I'm not your mama. Wait, Dromases can talk. No one can say no to something this cute. You feel an inexplicable fondness growing inside you. Aww. Mama, why is my tummy growling? Is it hungry? Dromases eat red soil, if you recall. Fortunately, the Dromas workshop has plenty of it. Alright, what should you do? Feed it some red soil. Eat the red soil yourself while it watches. Try feeding it something else. Mama is the best! Aww! Then it gobbles up a whole bucket of red soil. Nobody knows how the tiny body can hold so much. Think how much it eats. This little one might really become a giant beast someday, just like in Anax's stories. Pet its head. Pet its chin. Take a closer look at it. Aww. Just simple sounds of happiness. Can't stay awake. I'm sleepy. Gentle breathing sounds fill the air. Your presence seems to help it sleep peacefully. Stay with it. You can't possibly leave it alone like this, besides. Those tiny front paws have a death grip on your clothes and they're not budging. Mama. Clearly, you need to find an expert on this situation and get you free. You remember what Anaxa said, if you need help, just find Hyacinth. Now is definitely the time. Doctor, I need help! Gray, are you hurt? Where are you? I'm coming to find you. It's not me, it's a Dromas. It's actually little Dromas, it fell asleep while holding me. Got it, I'll be right there. Wait for me. Sometime later. So, Gray, you're saying Professor Anaxa left you with this egg while he went into seclusion to research hatching method? And then the egg just hatched by itself that night. Yeah, that's what happened. Fascinating. From what I can tell, this little one seems fine, just a bit weak. So, Gray, what should we name this little one? Oh, Mama, I want a name. How about using your name with baby in front? You immediately stop trying to understand how a single Droma's noise can contain so much meaning. When your eyes lock with it, the same colors shimmer in both your gazes. The perfect name comes to you. Let's call it Beast of Burden. Mini Dromas. Dromazilla. What would you name it? Let me try another name. Trailblazer Jr. The Great Chimera, Uranus, Dromasmas. Me? Well, how about Droomy? Yeah, that's the name. That's a baby name, like me! Well then, Droomy, don't move while I check you over. This young one is currently physical condition, how should I say this, indicates significant potential for development. Too many big words, my brain hurts. You're still a baby, there's time. What a disappointment. Yes, that's my little one. I wasn't actually complimenting it, but let's not rush things. It probably just hatched too early. Honestly, this little one is rather weak. Without special attention, it will never grow into a proper Dromas or even get to enjoy its daily red soil meal. Unfortunately, I've got my hands full with work at the Twilight Courtyard, so, Gray, would you be willing to look after it? There's something I need to know first. Of course, Gray, I'll tell you whatever I know. Why am I able to understand it? I'm wondering about that myself. Dromas can understand what we say, but they can't speak, or so everyone thinks. You must have some special connection with each other that allows this level of communication. How do I look after it properly? It's easy, I'll show you everything, and the workshop will cover all expenses and provide space. So don't overthink it, just visit occasionally, play with it, and you'll be fine. What about its biological parents? Of that, I need to have a word with you, Gray. I hear it from the keeper that its parents served in the Dromas troop. During a rescue, they ran into the Black Tide and, well, they have joined Thanatos now. Better to wait until it's older before telling Aid about this. I think I have enough information. So, what do you say, Gray? Alright, I will raise this little one. Raise me up! Aww. I knew I could count on you, Gray. Thank you. I'll help out whenever I can. Now your first job as a new parent is helping this little one get stronger. It's far weaker than typical Dromases. As the story goes, Georius gave all Dromases three gifts: indestructible musculation, perceptive spiracuity, and the uniting Charis Splendor. These traits show how well a Dromas is growing. Muscle what now? Muscle constitution is a term from Helcolitism. If that's confusing, you think strength. Okay, this school still starts coming up more often. So they can communicate with spirits. Spirit acuity is the measure of how deeply their potential can be tapped. Despite their simple appearance, Dromasses have incredible untapped potential. Charis like charisma? It goes deeper than that. Dromasses can't speak, but they can get other beings to understand them. Some are even worshipped by people. I see. Well then, I'm leaving Drumi in your hands, Gray. I'm raising this little one to become a super drama. Super drama! Haha, health comes first. We'll check back in 3 weeks to see how it's improving. Okay. Aww. I've produced data for Drumi's current goals and physical condition. Make sure to raise its Kari's Splendor to rank E before the next evaluation date. Gray, let's fill up this week's schedule with Drumi. Click on a task to add it to your weekly plan. Once everything is arranged, let's kick off the next week. This is energy, I guess. It reminds me about how I was training March 7. She had to be motivated. Count the number of chimeras leaving the area via the right side to go to work. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everyone's working so hard. Perfect. Aww. Little Drumi shows quite a spark of brilliance. I'm Talia. I'm Talia? Oh no, you're not Talia. That's me. I'm your mama. You're Talia. I'm your mama. Wait, I didn't read the other thingy, I think. Okay. Wait, I need to see what I missed. Okay, I can't check on my VOD. Okay, the next thingy is Talia internship class. And take a bath. You lack energy, though. Select food items according to customers' requirements to complete the order. Get ready. We're closing for the day. Thanks for dining at the Droma's restaurant. The doctor said a good soak works wonders for Achi joints. So off you went with Drumi to the Marmoreal Palace. Mama, come try the hot bath with me. Sorry, we can't allow children in the hot bath. Safety policy. That's fine. My mama is totally a grown up. Okay. Keep an eye on Drumi's energy. You can't do much when energy is low. However, some tasks can regenerate energy for Drumi. Okay. Drag items to interact with Drumi. Aww. Her casual walk with Drumi turned into quite the event, drawing a crowd, half of which are familiar faces. As friendly hands reached out to pet the little one from all directions, Drumi looked up with confusion. Why is that lady standing so far away? She's worried she might accidentally hurt you. She won't. Wait. What? No, wait! No, please help me! I saw a fan art with that when Castoris was running away from a baby Dromas. That was so cute. Recently, Drumi has developed a fascination with the local florist, particularly the bags of potting soil. Mistaking its interest for hunger, you couldn't resist those pleading eyes and bought a bag. But instead of eating it, the Dromas immediately tugged you out of town and gently scattered the soil around a young sapling. Hehe, someone told me this tree and I share a birthday. I hope it grows taller than me. Aww. Okay. Kai's splendor reached rank E. Mama, I made new friends. They gave me so many gifts and now I want Mama to have them. Aww. Current traits. Companionship fosters growth. Interaction grants 1 additional point to musculation. Interacted 1 time. Gray and Drumi, you're both here! Big sis Hyacinth, so glad to see you. The little one is saying hi to you. I'm happy to see you too. Have you been enjoying your time, Gray? Yup, I've been eating and playing every day. What's not to love? Let's not waste any time. Shall we check in on how Drumi has been coming along? Is there going to be a test? If I fail, I won't become an orphan, will I? Don't worry, I have never passed a single test. Don't worry, I've never taken a single test. Don't worry, you got this. And if you don't, well, you still got this? Okay, I'm feeling really overwhelmed here. Same as last time, let's take a stroll through the city and help out the citizens along the way. No need to stress. If you run into any trouble, just let Grey handle it. I'm counting on you now, Grey Mama. I'm Grey Mama now. Okay, get ready. Congratulations, Grammy. Drumi's physical condition has reached its goal and can complete the evaluation on its own now. After switching, Drumi will complete the mission independently. Okay. So I had to count anyway. Wait, so he could do it alone, but I switched to the helping mode by accident. Okay. Wow, that was amazing. It's like a whole different dramas from last time. To recover so quickly, it really is something special. Wow, you're way beyond the dramas. Actually, this is a new drama. Hi, Bixies, I'm new one. Looks like you and Drumi are already getting along. If it passes the next 2 checkups smoothly, it should be fully recovered. Let's wish it a healthy growth. Aww, sometime later. Adolescent stage. Oh, it's bigger now! Try your new items during interactions. Oh, that's a lot. Some traits will affect the schedule's outcome, and these have already been factored into the numerical preview. During the weighted run, an acceleration sequence will appear. Press the directional keys in the correct order to get Drumi walking. A consecutive correct sequence will allow Drumi to start running. Oh no. Oh, it's so happy! While you're feeling lost, try listening to what Drumi has to say. I think my eyes just got an earful. Neighborly harmony. Instantly gain 1 point in all stats. Okay, cool. We don't have energy anymore. If you ask most Samporians, they would tell you every Dromas looks identical to the next. That's unfair, I can easily tell one human from another. But is that actually the case? Oh, what a cutie pie Dromas! Hi, I'm Trivi and these two are Trian and Trinan. 3 of them. 3! Dromi had been keeping a secret red soil deposit on the outskirts but didn't share this discovery with anyone, not even you. Then Aquila decided to send down a downpour. You watched as Dromi raced around in total despair. The soil! My beautiful soil! And that's how the world came to have one more Dromas with a vendetta against the sky. Oh my god. While hanging out with Dromi on the road, we ran into that professor. Check it out. Oh my god. A new day begins. The dome device shines with a soft, bright glow. You're wandering the streets with Dromi, pondering what to do next. Huh? Oh, it's you, I was thinking. You. This is Dromi. There's no mistake, it's the Dromas that hatched from that egg. My 20th plan worked after all. Hello there, little one. Don't be afraid. I'm just a scholar passing by. Would you like to have a chat with me? Professor, you're scaring it. So, this is the Dromas syndrome. You can understand what it's saying? Come on, little one. Try saying something. Big brother, who are you? Yo, bro. Who do you think you are? Yeah, machine translation still got a long way to go. Trying to hold back laughter. Let's see how the human translator handles it, shall we? While there is still room for improvement, at least this translator is working. I'm a professor at the Grove of Epiphany and a colleague of Lady Hyacinth. I hope this answers your question, little one. Grove of Epiphany, what's that place? Grove of Muffin, what's so big about that place? No wonder the Synesthesia beacon triggered wars. Alright, I'll let you do the translating from here. As you probably already know, this Dromas wasn't born extraordinary, but it possesses limitless potential. With proper care and nurturing, it can grow to heights that other Dromases could never reach. That noble task now rests with you. If anything comes up, don't hesitate to ask me. Farewell, little one, and stay safe. He has high hopes for you. What's your take on him? Very gentle, but why does he keep talking to the air? Could he have an imaginary friend too? You wonder what expression Anaxa will have when Dromi reaches its ultimate form. This is too cute, I'm dying. While wandering through town, you stumbled upon Anaxa and Finon mid-conversation. Anaxa's face lit up at the sight of Drumi. He then made an introduction. Aha! This is exactly what I was telling you about. The most brilliant chimera I've ever taught. Professor Anaxa, that's a Dromas, not a chimera. First off, do not call me Anaxa. And secondly, I was talking to the Dromas, not you. Finon is the chimera! Dromi is introducing you to its new Droma's friend. Meet Jabberwock. That sounds suspiciously like Jabberwock from Alice in the Wonderland. Just between us, my mama actually. Is that something you should be sharing? It's fine, Jabberwock is the best secret keeper among all Dromases, mostly because its memory is terrible. Oh my god. We reached the rank. Spiracuity reached rank E. My head has been itchy lately. Maybe I'm growing smarter. Anyway, this is for you, Mama. Aww. Okay, let's go with evaluation. Oh wait. Mighty is helping with raising the baby Dromas? Begin evaluation. Oh, it's doing well. Aww, so happy. Perfect score. Sometime later. Youth stage. It's even bigger! Try your new items during interactions. All 3 stats reach rank D. Okay. Hyacinth and Anaxa are locked in an intense debate over the little Dromas. Time to listen in. The fundamentals of natural sciences must come first, like how to read weather patterns, understand geography, and identify the plants and herbs. Instinct cannot be taught. With its limitless potential, we should begin with literacy and mathematics. Hey Drumi, what do you want to learn? Professor, I want to learn how to pilot a Droma. Lol. Drumi has made a new Droma's friend and brought it over to meet you. Could you translate this for me? Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Drumi Guardian. Would you be friends with my little one forever? Woo! What did it say? It said, sure. It doesn't like anything else than the red soil. After a previous failed attempt at Droma's vocalization, Finan has returned ready for redemption. Friend, I'll redeem myself today. I've been practicing for ages. What's wrong with him? Toothache? When Aglaya heard you were raising a Dromas, she decided to stop by the workshop. She tenderly petted the Dromas, skillfully grooming its fur with gentle brush strokes. That feels amazing! Have you raised Dromases before, lady? Translating. Not exactly, though I've raised wild cats before. Perhaps the techniques are similar. She's talking about Cypher! My workout's been super effective. I even beat a chimera. Got this for Mama. Aww, this baby's so cute. Why did I have to pick it though? Shouldn't you pick it yourself? Dromi is introducing you to its new Droma's friends. Meet Basilisk, a self-proclaimed conceptual artist. I made a painting out of red soil that you can eat, and it's a painting of red soil. Then, when other Dromas learned it was an artist, they asked, so what's your day job? Oh my god. Okay, begin evaluation. Aww, it's doing great without me. Confirm. Hooray! I'm thrilled to announce Droomy has made a full recovery, all thanks to the hard work from both you and Droomy. Did you hear that? We're awesome! A bright future awaits us! That was incredible! Even I, the Beast King, haven't felt this fire love in ages. If I am not mistaken, this must be the rumored Dromas who popped out from the egg. I think the name was Droomy, which would make you its guardian, honored guest, Talia, correct? Don't Dromas all hatch from eggs? To be precise, I am its mama. Where are the Beast Emperor and Beast Monarch? And you are? Oh, no wonder you two look like two peas in a pod. You two might have heard there's a Dromas troop stationed in the suburbs of the Holy City, and I happen to be their liaison. Dear guests, Do you remember the dramas you wrote with Lord Finan and the others when you first visited Okama? They are members of our troop. This young beast has a remarkable bone structure and strong potential. What do you say we let it join the troop and become the next shining star of the Holy City? Do I really have to become a star? Can I just stay as a drama? Strange, I can understand what's saying. This is incredible. In my 20+ years on the job, I never encountered anything like this. You can understand drama's language? Of course, how else could I get along with so many dramas pals in the troop? Though this little one might just be a tough challenge in my beast friend career. Huh, now you have piqued my interest. Mama, this person is so weird. Good thing he's not the dramas. What an embarrassment that would be. Anyway, I've got a good feeling about this one. Let's talk more about it in detail when the main forces return in a few weeks. Okay. It feels sus. Aha, I'm actually quite interested. Besides, this strange guy probably isn't a bad person. He just doesn't seem very human. The further from humans, the closer to dramas. Anyway, let's not think about all that for now. Let's celebrate passing the check first. I get it, Mama. Now's the time to hype myself up a little. Just wait until I grow up a bit more. I'll rise to the very top of the beast world and become the dramas among dramases. Just you wait. That's so adorable. A child's growth is always a joy to behold. You close your eyes and begin to picture the bright future waiting through me. Years later, an incredibly successful dramas appears in the city of Okama. This dramas has countless followers in its wake, its table piled high with the finest red soil, its face even minted on coins. People say it has attained life's zenith, yet the dramas never stopped. Perhaps only the dramas itself knows where its final destination lies. Okay. Drumi grew up strong and healthy, developing in all areas: morality, intellect, physics, aesthetics, and diligence. It became the dramas in Okama with the most fun. Even if just a lovely dream, you and Drumi both believe that greatness awaits. The tiny little dramas, the end. Absolutely, I will be the greatest super dramas ever. Ah? What is happening? What happened? Totally forgot, never count your dramases before they are hatched. Turns out dramases are basically balloons with legs. Why did you shrink? Why did I shrink? The tiny little dramas, the end? Shortly after, Hyacinth takes you to the Twilight Courtyard for a quick medical examination. This must be a bad dream. Probably ate something funky yesterday. What did you eat yesterday? Steamed ceiling beam made of solid red soil. Oh no, don't worry, let's figure this out. Would medication work? Maybe herbs? Is this even a medical condition? How do we fix this? Stay calm. Why do I have to tell her to stay calm? Wait here. I'll check the archives at the Library of Philia. Don't waste your time, Hyacinth. Everything in the Grove's records is misleading. Dramas draped in finery. We are saved. Were you just waiting for your chance in the spotlight? Professor Anaxa, you were standing on the porch for so long. I thought, to get straight to the point. This phenomenon does indeed resemble an illness caused by an imbalance in the divine power of time within the body. My teacher once told me about a gifted priest who had suffered from this condition before he embraced the path of venerationism. Because of it, even in his 50s, he still had the appearance of a young man. You'll never grow up now. Doctor, can it be cured? I wish I had that problem. To be afflicted by such a condition isn't a flaw. That means it has been favored by Oronix. What it needs isn't a cure, but the strength to control this gift. Once it masters the prayer of Oronix, the issue will naturally resolve itself. Which brings us to your next assignment, Talia. Teach it the prayer. That's all I have to say. Just accept it already. Me? Teaching prayers? Seriously? As long as it can be cured. If even Professor Anaxa, who has never shown respect for the Titans, is recommending miracle therapy, then it must really be the best option. You can do it. If you need any help, just come find me at the Twilight Courtyard. Okay. The Super Dimension Dramas. Yeah, that felt like it was too easy and too short for an entire event about baby dramas. You can claim the appearance you obtained from the last nurturing session in the Grove records. You can change Drumi's appearance at the Grand Closet. Okay, wait. I want my rewards first. Wait, what? Oh, I can change its color. Well, I like this one then. Oh, cute. That's my baby. Sadly, I have to finish at this. I can't continue. I have work to do. Sadly, I would happily not do work if I could raise my drama, my baby. This is my baby. This is my babe. You know, my babe. My babe. My baby. I raised it. I birthed it with my own thoughts. Okay, let's see who we can raise. Okay. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for the raid, Trashly, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.